Hello! I'm back here again with another video. Sorry for a long pause between uploads. School's been taking a lot of time from me. But today, I will be doing a somewhat tank guide and low budget guide for the new Nether update. Because in the Crimson Isle, everything has a lot of health, everything does a lot of damage. And if you don't do a lot of damage and you don't have a lot of health, then it's problematic. But tank armor can give you a lot of health and give you strong ability to survive. It's just damage is your problem, and that's what this guide will be helping you to focus with. For this one, I'm gonna put on some werewolf boots and a tiger, all of which are just mediumly well, I guess. They're decent, they're not OP. I'm gonna be using my axe to shred for the whole video because that's the only weapon I have that's the best, but it doesn't do much damage. Here's our target, the Mage Outlaw. So, you can solo as a tank, of course. There's a strategy I use, but he can do a lot of damage, and it can take forever because there's a lot of health. Whenever he has this Ender Crystal, he does more damage, so I just pull on a Phantom Rod and go around in circles. I'll keep clicking with the Phantom Rod, and it heals me more than I can take damage. There's a Splash Potion, sends up into the air, and sends up in the air, heals blue things with shield. The red thing right there, that is like an area you want to stay outside of. Once again, the Ender Crystal's up there, so when he starts doing a lot of damage, you put on a Phantom Rod on him, you just go around in circles to avoid the hits. Sometimes you get hit, sometimes you don't. You keep going. Just, when he summons these two summon scrolls, they swirl around, you can kill them before or after, I don't really bother them. And then once they get really close together, they make a summon scroll, and that does a lot of damage. So you want to try to kill that if you can't tank it. Again, get low, so use the Phantom Rod on the Mage Outlaw and go in circles. You're about to see him gonna splash a potion and then go up in the air. There's the red thing again, stay outside this rim when it explodes and you're safe. And he comes back down. The blue orb around him, or made of particles, is actually his shield. And you can keep doing this cycle, but there's still another spell I'm waiting for him to do. So he goes up in the air. This time he does his new spell, which means wherever you see this disco tile is where you once were standing, and it'll strike lightnings, and that one was just a laggy one. You're just gonna keep going at this. And it's not like his damage increases or anything the lower he gets. So this is all you gotta do, really. But this is how you solo it with a small budget. You really don't have to even use the weapon I'm using. You could use a cheaper one for sure. They out-damaged me, which really I don't really care about. Of course they out-damaged me. They have better armor and better damage set, so of course they're gonna do more damage. But that's basically how you do. That's how you, I mean, if he wasn't healthy, it would just take longer. But that's how you can solo the Mage Outlaw with just a Phantom Rod, a weapon of your choice, probably with lifesteal if you want. Armor that's similar to this. And it doesn't even have to be as good as this. It could be a little worse or a little better. It doesn't have to be exact. And yeah, this update has made the server laggy, so bear with me. Here's the pet I used. I just used this equipment because it's what I have. I didn't really change it specifically for this fight. And that's it. Okay, so here we are fighting the Barbarian Duke. Someone's already lowered his health and whatnot. But all you gotta do is stay inside this flaming torch particle, whatever, ring, and you can do damage. Whenever you see that, that means he's gonna land in the middle of that ring of purple, violet, whatever it is. And he can stun you if you stand in it, so you gotta stand outside of it. Just Phantom Rod him, and I'll hold him back. And I'll try to get him to stun me and show you. This is all you gotta do, basically. Just gotta avoid that and do this. Yeah, but like, when he stuns you, he has a chance to do it again really fast. The only way to move when you're stunned is to teleport with your abilities. He does a lot, and then by damage, I mean he does. That's how he stuns you. But he does one of the most damage of any mini boss in the entire game so far that's been added. And he has 70 million health, just like the Mage Outlaw, but he takes a lot less damage. He does a lot more damage, and he gets his own unique loop, just like the Mage Outlaw. Can we just take a minute to say, give respects, F in the chat, for this person? An idiot nod? Because they kept dying, they were struggling. And then, as you can see in this clip that I'm gonna keep replaying, they try to avoid getting killed by the Barbarian Duke. So they go over and teleport up against a beam or whatever that supports the top of the area. The little whatever, and they get that glitch where they got stuck inside the fences, and they're stuck, like, and the game couldn't accept it, and they got kicked, removed from the server. Let's just pay respects to them. Well, I mean, I thwarted dying for so long, but with the Barbarian Duke, you almost always die at least once per boss. It's almost impossible to avoid. Well, at the end, I tried to rehook him with my Phantom Rod. Instead, I used my axe to shred. I died. I somehow got first. And now I get to claim my loot from 20-30 minutes of left clicking. Yay, that was fun. I don't know how much lifespan is left on my mouse. I just know it's down by a lot now. Yeah, I just got the regular loot you get. In case you're wondering, after every boss, I just drop the items. I can go straight into my sacks. Any of these. And that's basically the Barbarian done. And yeah, I just used the exact same setup I used for the Mage Outlaw. I just came from the Mage Outlaw straight here, and that's all I did. So there's not much difference. So the next boss is Bladesoul. Well, that was its super attack. It can do a lot of damage. But the main attack you gotta worry about is when you hear the sounds. Oh, sorry, I'm bad at Christmas. And you see black particles making a spiral sort of around them. Then you just have to get up vertically or get out of the way or hide behind that. He launches a bunch of wither skulls and all of them will one-tap you. You can't always hide behind pillars because it's not always going to work. A trick you can do, well, I just failed to do that. Wait till I get more mana. Wait, there... I was just standing there. That's the super attack starting. It's normal to die multiple times to this boss. In fact, if you ever hype mage, it's a meta, so you can regen all half of your mana back, so you can go back and do a lot of damage. Because it's right next to spawn. The Wither Guards give it more EHP. And if you kill them, they reduce the boss's EHP. He spawns them by sending out a little arc and drops a cold block, and eventually that cold block, if it's not glitched, will become a Wither Guard. That's his anime attack right there. It can be tough to tank him because he also does more damage the more Wither Guards he has. Plus the Wither Guards do a decent amount of damage alone. You want to kill the Wither Guards. Screw it. I wasn't even paying attention to that ability. But if you kill the Wither Guards, his EHP goes down. And it goes up in increments too. But the damage you do will always stay there. So like, if you got him down to 48 health points from 50, that means he'll be 2 mil less even when his Wither Guards like bring him up. He does a lot of damage. He does kill you. You at least get like 1 to 2, 3 deaths on average per fight. And then again, I'm using tank armor, and there's not much you can do to tank it. I mean, I could get on my full EHP set, but either way, I still have to watch out for the ultimate ability. Yeah, the more Wither Guards, the more damage you take. Yeah, got 7th. Hollow Skull, Coal, Enchanted Coal, normal loot too. Basically, that's all you gotta do. Granted, I didn't do a lot of damage, but everyone goes along and does this boss a lot, and people always die. Like, always die. So, that's basically all it is. The Magma Cube boss. Not much to it, other than just avoiding these fire radius issues, like where he shoots all these radius. You gotta kill him. I don't know how much health he has or how the mechanic works. I just know you gotta do damage. Unless this bar over here fills, which also the bar is above his head right there, then he will go over to the middle, explode in a bunch of smaller magma glares, kill all the magma glares, and it'll form up again, and this time this number will go from 0 and up by 20 every time. I think it increases the damage you do, I'm not quite sure, but it probably does. Unless I don't know how to interpret it. And then eventually it goes in the middle once this number is 80%, it goes in the middle, explodes into smaller magma glares. He dies, or you kill them, they die, and then he comes out as a very much smaller magma cube. And he's trying to flee, and you gotta kill him and everything, and then that's where he gets overboard after that. It's gonna take a while. Okay, now that the orange part means that it's overflowed. But now that we have this, you want to not stop moving. You want to like kill all these magma glares. If you stop moving, then they can probably have a chance to kill you. You have to fill up the bar to kill magmas. They can see over here. And once you do that, they'll get pulled back into the middle. Usually there's more than just one. And the boss films up again. We repeat the stage, except plus 20% damage. And this turn, guys, definitely kill. this one more time, and then the boss will complete. I do know this usually makes stuff. It's usually way slower. Okay, I kind of just froze there. Standing directly under the Magma Boss when he jumps and it goes down, will instantly kill you and say death before refresh. After all of these miniature magma glares, whatever, then this is where the boss starts fleeing. Please disregard the fact that my parents are yelling at me about homework.
Oui, t'as fait aucun devoir. T'as pas laissé la fois à rattraper dans la salle à musique.
Vous savez que je suis sur un appel Discord. Non. Je suis au milieu de record. Je suis au milieu de filmer.
Je vais chercher les autres.
So usually I just grab a rod and try to rod onto them, which doesn't always work. If you get a rod or your phantom rod on, they can keep left clicking. This is the usual loot you get: regular magma green, enchanted magma green, kindled ember fragment. But yeah, this guy with the Terminator bows really do carry a lot. Ignore that. Yelling bark films. My parents coming in yelling about homework. Just ignore that. So when fighting Ashfang as a tank, you really, the ones that drop the blazing souls that are used to launch into Ashfang damage are these underlings, the Ashfang underlings with the red names. But to kill them, you need to use only abilities that don't include. Oh, I messed it up. Use abilities that are right-click only abilities. Usually that's taken care of by hat mages and they do it. But another way to find out is just like what you just saw. These orbs that go around that pull you in, if you stay in it for a while, but without dying to it or anything, then it can drop 1, 2, maybe even 3 blazing souls. All you have to do is be able to find one and stay in it, and do it properly, and you can go do it. So let's see if we can find what spawns. So here's what it looks like when it spawns. It's this right here. And you just gotta walk away and stay in its grasp, but like not die to it. When you get pulled too close, you take a lot of damage and die. And then sometimes it blows up and doesn't do anything. Sometimes it blows up and drops a Bladesoul. Here's another candidate late to that. The main key is hype mages. Hype mages are the way to fight this. It's not really a way you can solo this, but that is a strategy that I'm sharing that you can do if you don't do enough DPS or you can't get the underlings killed. Come on, why did this have to happen? Enough for today. Sorry about the last boss, but it's such a pain going around trying to find bosses and decide, you know what, I'm just gonna redo all the other ones I did before. And I'm gonna try redoing Ashfang again. Ashfang just never worked out for me. Anyways, so that's been it for this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.